set.
Wow. Can you imagine being the fastest female or male to ever run a race, ever? I mean, most of us in high school are athletes, but you don't have to be an athlete to understand that when I say the feeling of your practice and dedication finally paying off is unmatched. You finally get to see what those endless days of practice or those endless reps have done toward your success. Let me ask you this. How many of you know who Sydney is? So a little bit of you. Sydney has broken the world record for this race 6 times. All 6 being the last 3 years. Do you think it's because of luck? Do you think it's because of genetics? Or is it because of technique and practice? Hurdling takes so much technique. So how does one hurdle though? Let's go through it together. Now I have done track since 8th grade. So I'm going on my 5th year of hurdling. And I just think there's something so beautiful about doing an activity like hurdling. Now, I am in no way saying that I am the best around, but I have placed top 3, if not top 2, in all of our league's female hurdlers since 8th grade. So I do not suck, and I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Fast forward, it's time to race. All right, the official is going to say, runners in your lanes. So you're going to stay in your lane, you're going to shake out a little bit, get loose. And then the official is going to raise the gun and say, runners, on your marks. That means it's time to get in your block. This right here is a block. But how do you sprint out of one of these? Coach NF Saben from MF Athletics describes it pretty simple. He says that your power leg should be on this front pedal and that the other leg should be on the back pedal. And once your feet are in those pedals, you're going to get in a crouched position. Notice how Sydney also has her hands down right behind the start line. Her arms aren't way out here, and they're not way in here, but they're about shoulder width. Also, notice how her arms are straight. She's not leaned too far back, and she's not leaned too far forward. So once you get in this position, the official's going to say, set. And once he says set, you are going to raise your hips above your shoulders. Coach Nick says you should be in a position to where your front power leg makes about a 90-degree angle and your back leg makes about a 130-degree angle. Now you're going to sit there for a second and wait until the official shoots the gun. And once he shoots the gun, you're going to take that back leg, not the power leg, but the back leg, and you're going to drive that knee forward. And as you drive that knee forward, the opposite arm is going to follow. But notice how Sydney is kind of angled down. She's not straight up. We don't want to pop up immediately after the blocks because we'll lose all of our momentum. We want to keep the angle, and as we start sprinting, we gradually lift ourselves up. So you've just come out of the blocks, and lots of athletes take about 7 to 8 steps until they hit the first hurdle. But when you hit the first hurdle, then what? UK's national governing body for track and field states that a hurdler should actually start jumping for that first hurdle about 2 meters away. But we're not going to aimlessly jump for the hurdle. We're actually going to take a leg, which we call the lead leg, and drive that knee up. We're not going to drive our foot or our ankle, but we're going to drive that knee. And as you drive that knee up, your opposite arm again is also going to extend, just as we see in 3. Now, as you start to go over that first hurdle, the leg we refer to as the trail leg is going to fold and create a circular motion and follow. So you glide over the hurdle, and your lead leg is going to be the first foot to plant. Once that lead leg plants, your trail leg is also going to follow. But we don't want to immediately step with our trail leg, right? We want to keep our momentum going and do this as fast as we can. So after that lead leg plants, that trail leg is going to, the knee of the trail leg is going to actually stay high. And you're going to continue to pump your arms to maintain that sprint. So as you land and you continue to drive your arms, the best of athletes take about 3 steps before they hit the next hurdle. And you're going to repeat this 10 times. And after you do, bam, you've just ran your first hurdle race. So maybe all of that info was completely useless to you. Alanna, I don't care about no stupid hurdle race. And that's totally fine. But realize anything you do in life can be pushed to be better. Hurdling's hard, and it takes lots of practice. But I guarantee you, anything that you guys have a passion for takes practice too. If you want to do something and you want to cross that finish line, you might just have to jump a few hurdles. Or 10. Thank you.